What's up, guys? Welcome back to Wade and the Walter, the world's current smallest podcast. Kind of, sort of, not really anymore. We are kind of growing. But thank you for watching or listening. You can find us on YouTube or Spotify. And yeah, welcome to the show. Today's episode, we've got a special guest for you guys. On top of that, we are going to talk about Takeoff's unfortunate passing. May he rest in peace. Drake and 21, album of the year, and some Kyrie Irving drama. Anyways, first and foremost, I want to introduce our brand new co-host. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Dimitri Fitness, also known as Dimitri Serrano. But anyways, welcome to the show. Dimitri, would you like to introduce yourself and talk about yourself briefly? I'm gonna give
you guys. So first off, it's a blessing to be on here, man. I've heard a lot about the podcast. Heard big things, seen big things. Last week I couldn't make it, but I'm back this week. So it's been an honor to be able to just sit here today with Walter. And yeah, I mean, guys, I go to school with Walter. I'm a senior at Olathe North High School. Some people may know me as Dimitri Fitness. No, I'm just playing. It's nice to come on here because Walter supported me a lot throughout my journey. I do have a fitness account. I'm really interested in fitness. So you'll kind of hear him refer to me as that sometimes, just as, jokes. And it's also because, it is a part of me, but I also am into sports. I've known Walter for how long? Since sixth grade?
Sixth grade. Yep.
Since sixth grade. So I've known him for a long time.
5-6 years.
So yeah, we've played basketball together. We've done a lot together. He's family to me. So yeah, it's just an honor to be on here. I'm excited to talk about some stuff, some hot topics, and yeah.
But before we introduce our special guest, I do have one thing I'd like to say. Go Tiger!
Oh my!
Go Tiger!
Comeback is real. Comeback is real.
Sure. Full time sleep.
That was a crazy game last night. It was.
Sleep. It's hard being the best team in the nation. Jayhawks W yesterday. Tiger W yesterday. Go Tiger! Rock Chalk. We on it.
Yeah, that's crazy. They really turned their season around, to be honest.
They did. You didn't believe, and
I will preface, I'm not a big college football guy, but yeah, I mean, it was cool to watch. I saw it last night at my grandma's, so I mean, it was pretty crazy that they went for 2, but
that was ballsy, and I was kind of scared, but I was
bold.
like, but dude, it's Bryce Young. You've got to bring that.
Yeah, that's an interesting discussion point. Actually, would be do you go for 2 in that situation? But it's like. Because I mean, odds wise, it's kind of like.
I definitely wonder. Yeah, we'll definitely ask our guest about that because I wonder what he would do. I know what he would do. He would.
That's a good question. Yeah, that really is.
Yeah. Okay, we'll bring that up. Anyways, on that note, introducing our very special guest today, the lean rusher in the state of Kansas, a dual sport athlete. They call him Hollywood because the lights are never too bright. Welcome to the show, Malik Hollywood Oitis.
There we go.
Hello. What's up, Malik? There we go. What's up, Malik?
What's up?
How's your day going or weekend going, I guess?
I haven't done absolutely nothing except watch football all day.
Hey, that's fair, though. Aaron Rodgers is terrible.
Oh, yeah, tell me about it.
How's your fantasy going? That's got to...
Actually, let me look right now. I know I got Cooper Kupp on fantasy, and he's going fit.
Oh, Cooper Kupp's going
crazy.
Dude, he had a 70-yard touchdown earlier.
Yeah, I'm winning right now.
Okay, that's what's up. By the way, Malik, this is Dimitri.
What's up, bro? Nice to meet you. I'm Dimitri.
What's up?
All right, anyways, you ready to get going?
Yes, sir.
All right, so we're going to start with talking about you because, that's like the point of this. But so... Let's see. God, how did I want to start this? Okay, so you're the rushing leader in the state this year, and I was checking it. At the end of your season, you were top 30 in the country in rushing yards, having over 2,000, and just like coming into the year, like, was that something you expected, or like, what were the emotions like as just going through this year and realizing, like, wait a minute, there's only 30 other people in the country who have this much production as I do?
Well, I didn't really know that I was like 30th in the country till like I came to practice after we beat Shy Mission East, because I I have 406 that game, and I was like, I know I got to be somewhere up there at rushing yards. And then just like knowing that our offensive line, everybody on the offensive line are 3-year starters. So I was coming into that year, I was like, all right, let's make sure we get to our goal, which was 2K, which we set in like July. So not owe all those guys a bunch of stuff.
Mm.
Yeah, that makes sense. And it's just like, because that's just nut. Like, I'm not gonna lie, 2,000 yards doesn't just happen. Like, especially like, and not to bring up like sore wounds, but like when you don't have a playoff run to have 2,000 yards in that season, it's like,
Yeah, that was a tough. Losing in the first round was definitely tough one.
yeah. Hey, if it makes you feel any better, we lost right after you guys.
Yeah, that actually did. That made me feel a lot better. At least if we lost, at least Walt the North lost also.
Hey, yeah, no, that's good. God, all right, Dimitri, do you have a question?
Yeah, man, I do have a question. So, your nickname is Hollywood, right? That's so I've heard,
Yes,
or
sir.
something like that. So I have a question about the haters. How do you deal with like the hate you receive? Just as far as small stuff like the bar stool or just people bashing your name, just trash talk. How do you deal with the hate?
I try not to let it get to me because like every game this year, probably besides Walt the North, when I've got like overrated chants.
Yeah.
I got my girlfriend's name chanted at games,
Yeah.
and I've been on everybody's bar stool. So I just like I try not to look at it. So I don't get on my phone on game days after I post like game day at 7 or whatever. I try not to get on my phone. I just try not to look at that type of stuff and don't let it affect me too much.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think that's really cool. So as far as social media goes, you said game day wise, you don't try and stay on social media at all.
Yeah, game days. After I like post about like game day, be at 7 o'clock, whatever. Turn my phone off. I don't get on any social media.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. I think I'm gonna have to steal that from you and do that as well because I'm an athlete myself, but I think that's amazing that you can do that and just stay away and take control. That's a very mature thing to do. So yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I had no idea you get off your phone on game days, Malik.
Yeah,
because I'm
I
trying.
don't see like all the Barstool stuff till like after the game.
Oh wow,
Everybody like screenshots it and send it to me. So I don't ever see all that stuff.
that's good.
I mean, as I've known you for years now, it's like me seeing it like this progression to like really it started last year, but like last year and especially this year, just every barstool going at you, I was like, damn.
Yeah, it's tough.
I will say thank you for getting over 100 yards against us, by the way, though, because like that did. I texted you and I was like, hey, I need you to do this.
Yeah, I ended that game with like I think I had like 285 and 3 touchdowns that game.
Yeah, no, that was crazy. I was like, Malik's making every bet hit. Let's go. But
Nice.
so, let's see. But so you are more one of the more like strong-willed people I've met, I said, and God, it's like there's a certain like some people I feel like some people have it and some people don't. There's a certain like switch where like you don't back down from anybody. Nobody scares you. And it's like you just go at everyone, you approach everything. And it's not like not even just football, even in basketball or just life in general, just certain level of, I don't know, like having that dog in you or whatever, to how people like to say, but you just don't back down for anybody. Can you like explain like how that came to be or like where that comes from or like describe that?
Yeah, I think I just take little things like very personal. Like even what you said, like I'm not even a basketball player, but like you can tell on the basketball court, I take stuff personal and serious. And I don't like being scared of nothing. That makes me play like a lot better. Cause like when we went to state, I feel like I would lead the team in points when we went to state in March for basketball, and I had 17. So I was like, just like not being scared of big moments makes me play so much better. Because if you're playing scared, then you're not gonna be able to perform at your full potential because you're worried about all these other things. You're worried about everybody in the stands and what they're chanting and all this other stuff. And I just try to not be worried about any of that and scared of anything.
Yeah. Well, actually, like speaking of like not being scared of bright lights, God, I should have done it whenever you were in the waiting room, but I did for your intro. I said they call them Hollywood because the lights are never too bright, and I was like,
Yeah, I feed off that type of stuff. Like playing in front of crowds, that stuff. Like some people, if you're playing in front of a lot of people, they get them scared. But if I'm playing in front of a lot of people, that's like where I shine the most.
Yeah. You elevate whenever the pressure's on.
Yeah, like whenever it's like if it's fourth quarter and we're down, I'm telling coach, let me get the rock because I'm gonna make it happen.
Okay, yeah. So speaking of that, I was wondering, and I think you kind of just answered the question basically, but are you playing basketball this year then?
Yeah,
Good.
play basketball this year.
Okay, good. Hold on. But yeah, let's see. So I mean, I guess my next question, or Dimitri, do you have another question you want to ask?
Yeah, I have a couple more, but the next one I was going to ask is so obviously when you're one of the best, running backs in the country, it's a lot on your body, right? So what is training and diet look like for you? I want to be a personal trainer when I'm older and I want to train athletes. So I'm interested to hear how you can manage the load as an athlete and, somebody who a student athlete and someone who is one of the best in the country. How do you do that, and what does your training and your diet look like?
Yeah, so like Walt probably knows. Like looking at if you look at my stats, like the amount of carries I get a game, like the most I had 39 against East. So stuff like that takes a big toll
Right.
on my body. So I try doing like chirotherapy on Saturdays, and then Sunday I have training at 12 and 3:30. Actually, I train with Walt. Probably knows Coach Leon, Coach Washington from
Oh,
Oakland.
Leon, yeah.
Yeah, I
I
train
know
with
him
him.
as well.
So yeah, just like going, I have like those leg massage things that I use after games Saturdays, and I just use Saturday as a recovery day because Saturday we watch film in the morning and then we have all day off. So going through my type of personal therapy stuff and just resting my body. And then when you said diet, I'll be honest, it's not like I'm like gonna sit here alive be like, yeah, I eat greens all the time. I'll be honest, I feel like my diet is pretty bad, but like I burn it off a lot because I'm like always working out. So like if I'm at home just like eating like junk food a lot, I like typically like equal it out by going to training like the next day. So
Right.
that's what training's like.
Yeah. That's awesome. I think that's interesting to hear about kind of the therapy and then how you handle like rest days. And it's funny because when you're talking about your diet and stuff, that makes sense. It's you got to eat a lot to be honest. When you're burning that many calories and you get that many carries and such. So it's interesting to hear that because I mean, you got to fuel yourself, and sometimes it might not be the most ideal things to eat, but it's like you're getting those calories in. And I mean, it's working, so it's like whatever
Yeah.
works. And it's nice that you're honest and stuff about it, because I think we're all in high school and we have pretty fast metabolisms right now, and we're all athletes here, so it's like I try and eat as clean as possible, but I'm not gonna act like I'm constantly eating like 100% clean. So it's interesting to hear that, and thank you for the honesty. Like seriously, it's good for our viewers.
Dimitri here. Dimitri won't do it, but here, I'll do it. If you need a meal plan and things with high calories that are healthy, DM Dimitri Fitness on Instagram for a meal plan. He will help set you up. Anyways, but yeah, Dimitri, you said you have a couple more questions. I'll let you go because I have one more question, and that's how I want to.
I think I had one more question, and I think you asked this before with Spencer or whoever was on last. But what is your favorite just your favorite childhood memory with football or sports in general?
Well, I didn't really play football growing up. I was more of like a basketball player.
Okay.
Malik thought he was a basketball player.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I was more of a big basketball guy because I was like scared of contact growing up as
Yeah.
a kid. So I played football in like first grade, and I didn't like getting hit, so now I like stopped, and then I just kept playing basketball, and I just started like playing like actual football in freshman year of high school.
That's
So
awesome.
like, yeah, can't really think of memories I've had with football except for freshman year.
Okay.
Then what about with basketball then?
I like basketball. I did because like I was like heavily in basketball, and I was always on like a travel team for AAU. Just like traveling at such a young age, like every weekend, I feel like I was like always gone. I've been to Oklahoma so many times. I've been to Oklahoma, Texas for basketball. I've been to just traveling at a young age has been experiencing all those states. It was very fun for me at a young age in basketball.
Ooh, wait, that so 7v7 football or AAU basketball? Pick one.
Oh, that's a what no, it's like AU hotel, like hotels with your friends, AU just like it's so different.
Dude, it's so
So even though I'm a football player, I'm gonna have to go with AU basketball because the trips and being in the hotel with your friends, like running the hallways, is
oh
definitely
my God. No, dude, it's OD. And the food, I'm not gonna lie, the hotel food is
yeah,
crazy.
breakfast for a hotel, bro. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. Shoot, I lost my train of thought because I had my final question, and oh, okay, no, I remember. So with all that being said, obviously you're getting ready for basketball season, but what is next for Hollywood going forward in
Um,
high school?
just finish out basketball season and just have fun with that. And then I'm probably gonna commit in February after I do like all my official visits and how like more and more offers come in. So hopefully I can come back on here and then I can like announce my commitment on here.
Oh yeah, I'd love to have you do that. Yeah, let's see. So now I will say, uh, I can bleep this out if you want to, but like, is there anywhere you're leaning towards right now? I'll bleep it out if you say it.
Uh, to be honest, I low key like it's not like a great issue. Like I can go anywhere I want to, but
Yeah.
I just low key want to go JUCO for a year and just like get stronger. So I low key want to. And their campus and like facility was insane for a JUCO. And you guys probably said that he's going to Alabama for a year. So like I look, you want to go JUCO for a year just to get like bigger. But if I don't go JUCO, I'm probably going to go to like one of those ones. But I haven't really decided yet.
I respect that. Yeah, I'm gotta see. I was thinking about it all week. I was like, I want you were thinking JUCO, right? And I want to come on here and be like, hey, there's a guy.
Yeah, he's
in Alabama. He is,
yeah,
dude. He's nuts.
yeah. I watched him play yesterday. He's like insane.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, I think that's all for this. Do you want to stay for we're gonna talk about Takeoff, the new Drake album. I know you want to talk about that. And,
Oh yeah, I'm all here. I'm here for that.
and then Kyrie drama, and then call it after that. All right, guys who decided to actually join us. Welcome back to the show, Kyle Souders.
I would love to firmly apologize. I got a new computer. Didn't realize I had to download Zoom. You'd think it'd be on all school computers. So I don't want to blame it on me, but if we're gonna blame it on anyone, I would say myself. So I apologize to the podcast.
Kyle is experiencing technical difficulties. We'll be right back after this message from our sponsors. Anyways, welcome back to the show. Our sponsor is Wade and the Walter. Follow us on Spotify. Like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. Coming soon to Apple Podcasts. Anyways, Kyle, I'm glad to have you back. And you and Malik have a minute to talk about high school football.
Is that a singular minute?
You guys get 60 seconds. Let's go.
Malik, you are more than welcome to start.
Please inform me how you beat Olathe South.
I don't want to take all the credit. No, I'm just playing. The whole week we were freaking locked in the whole time. We had a great game plan to stop Jordan Allen and Bryce. Bryce was our main thing to stop because dude's a demon with his legs. But we had a few adjustments up front. D-line. Freaking Isaiah Butler is fast as heck. Lucas Conover, Chase Burns. He's not the fastest of the bunch by any means. But they all stepped up big time. I mean, then we also kind of I don't want to say locked on Jordan Allen because I mean he had 3 touchdowns, but he also only had like 3 receptions. I did have a forced fumble on him. I will. That is probably a very proud moment in my life. But we put together a really good game plan, and EJ and Max just destroyed on offense as well. So yeah.
Roll Ravens.
Tough.
But yeah. But yeah, Kyle, so you missed the whole time where we got to like compliment Malik and all that stuff. So
About him carrying Shinish Northwest.
yeah.
Sounds about right.
But All right. Anyways, are we ready to get into the pop culture conversations?
Well, I
Ready?
would love to.
Okay. Let's start with the unfortunate passing of the member of the Migos Takeoff this week. Do you guys know everything about that?
Good amount.
I think I just know that he got in a confrontation at the bowling alley, and that he like wasn't a part of it, but he got shot.
No. I'm pretty sure what happened was him and Quavo were shooting dice, right, with these guys,
Mhm.
and Quavo got little heated, and then it actually ended up being one of like Quavo and Takeoff's own guys, but he pulled out a gun and just started shooting, right, like and just shooting randomly, like everywhere, and he ended up accidentally shooting Takeoff, and Takeoff ended up passing.
Accidentally?
Shame.
It is, yeah. Does anyone want to start in particular? Just talk about it, or Dimitri? All right.
Yeah. First off, I think I just like to say my condolences to his family, and it's awful. It really is. It was really sad the day that happened. It just kind of ruins your day and makes you kind of think about I don't know. It's a sad situation. Today I was kind of actually at the dinner table with my dad. We were talking about it a little bit, but it's unfortunate because I mean the violence and the things that are happening with our culture and the fact that something like that happened over a dice game, and obviously I don't know all the details. It's just really unfortunate, and it shows you that you really have to be aware of your surroundings nowadays, and you really have to make sure that you're putting yourself around people that are going to put you in good positions, and that you're not, obviously it's it should never have happened, in that him getting shot is awful, but at the same time you have to be aware of your surroundings, and you have to understand that um, it's just an awful thing to happen, but you got to make sure that the people that you're around, and that you have a safe environment, because not you're not invincible, and that sad things like that, and it just ruins your day. But I hope to see, that people can start to wake up and realize that, stuff like, dice games and violence, it's not anything like cool, and our culture kind of can make it seem like it is almost. So it's just it's really unfortunate, and it just shows you that, you got to really be aware of your friends, the people you hang out with, to hopefully never have something like that happen. So it's just really unfortunate. And once again, my condolences to him. So yeah.
Kyle or Malik, do you want to go next, or do you want me to go?
Got it. I'll go. I just think like going on back with Dimitri said, just like gun violence in general, I feel like is like a big problem in the US. Just like over little stuff, like over a dice game. I don't really think anybody should have died or got shot, nonetheless, over a dice game. I just think there's better ways to handle altercations than for everybody's first reaction is to, oh, I'm gonna shoot this dude and take his life. I just think people are losing their lives over the smallest things nowadays in America.
Right.
Kyle.
Okay, sorry. Think you can see me. I don't really want to say all the same stuff twice. But going with this said, but yeah, you really got to be aware of who you're around. Like I did not know that it was one of the own men that took him out on that. So it just kind of shows, even if it wasn't on purpose, just being aware of who you're around. Because I mean, even stupid stuff like that, even like the smallest mistakes, even though he didn't mean to do it, but him even pulling out a gun and shooting, there's no point to do that in the first place. And it's just stupid that it ever happened, ever took it that far. If you're ever at a hand to even think about pulling a gun and randomly shooting, I feel like that's just a mistake at its first, and it should never have gone that far. But it really sucks if that ever happens.
Yeah. So first off, obviously my condolences to Takeoff's family and friends and all of them. And it should have never been a situation that happened. And like you guys said, gun violence is a prevalent problem in our society today. And it's really unfortunate that something like this happened. And I feel bad for Offset because Offset and Takeoff were having their little beef, and he'll never be able to make amends with his brother.
Hmm.
And Quavo again, um, God, he just like he's gonna feel this for the rest of his life because he couldn't keep his temper in check and ended up losing a brother over it.
Hmm.
And it's just like it expands to obviously there are the problems with gun violence, but also with Offset and Takeoff having their beef, you gotta always, no matter what happens, you gotta tell your loved ones that you love them, let them know you care about them because you never know when they can be gone and when you'll never, because any moment could be our last. Anything like that could happen. I mean, we've seen kids run around Olathe, Kansas, and shooting people, and it's like it's absolutely wild. Someone's life could end at a moment's notice. You don't know. Car accident, get struck by lightning, anything, and you gotta tell people you care about that you love them, even if you're fighting, even on your bad days. Like recently, me and Dimitri went out, and I was having a rough day, and I kind of acted out in a bad way towards some people. But at the end of it was still like, "Hey, bro, I love you. Thanks for coming out with me," blah blah, blah and all that stuff.
Hmm.
Um, and just like, I mean, even at the end of this podcast, we've seen when I got off with Spencer, it was "I love you, bro." Whenever I got off with Kyle and Dustin last time, "I love you guys." And just I always remind the people that you care about, you love them, regardless of the problems that have occurred. And just it's an evil world we live in, and just remember, rise above the petty stuff. I think is what I'm trying to get at. Like petty squabbles and stuff, it's not worth it. It's not worth because you never know what's going to happen. And that's kind of where I'm at with that.
Yeah, I just want to say that telling people that you love them, I think that's a really good takeaway to get from that. Because even though it sounds like stupid, oh, like, hey, I love you, like it sounds stupid, but it doesn't. It means a lot to them. Just to let them know you love them. Because I mean, you never know, other people are going through as well. If they think of be having a bad day, they'd be like, oh, who really cares about me? But you say, hey, man, I love you. Just remind them of that. It's really important, and I think that everyone should do that. So thank you for telling me, Walter.
Yeah, no, and like again, lots of love for all you guys. I'm glad you're here and talking with me. And it's just like, again, anytime I have problems with someone, I try to remind them, I'm like, hey, like I've still got you, but like we're disagreeing and it's fine. And just again, at the end of every time I'm hanging out or seeing someone, it's always got to be like, hey, dude, I love you. Hey, I appreciate you. Hey, thanks for chatting with me. Or like, oh God, I don't know if Malik remembers, but this summer I randomly, or I guess all of you guys remember, but this summer I randomly went and texted every person in my contacts just a little
Yeah.
appreciation thing.
Hmm.
And it's like because I want you guys to know that like because I never know when I'm gonna be gone, and you guys never know, like something crazy could happen. I just want you guys to know that I appreciate and have love for you guys, and I feel like that's something we can get from this unfortunate situation. Just show love to the people you care about and hold on tight, and just yeah, because it is a cruel world we live in, and that's kind of what I've gotten from this.
Yeah, I remember, Walter, when you actually you told me about, well, we are actually in a group, I believe, and I'm not going to name names, but somebody was upset that you were just reaching out to a person, right? Um, and I think communication nowadays is almost like it's seen as like something we don't want to do, or just something that's like taking the extra step to let somebody know. I was talking to some other people about it, but it's like just like a thank you card or something, like to let somebody know that you care. It's kind of as society we've kind of just went past it. We haven't really it's just kind of fading away almost as time goes on. Communication and just the reality of situations and communicating and letting somebody know over a text, over a call, and especially in person, man, you just don't see as much. And it's almost like seen as uncool to do something like that. But just communicating and letting people know something like that, it goes a long way, because whenever I get a text like that, it really does make my day. And like you said, what we talked about earlier is you don't know what someone's going through. So just a short act of kindness, it can go a long way. So a text, a call, a good deed, it goes a long way. So I think if we can all, just discuss this more and we can just spread more kindness. It sounds cliche, it sounds corny, but I think it makes the world go around. It really does. So yeah.
Yeah, but I guess Malik, unless you have anything to add.
No, I'm good. I got it. I said what I said.
All right. Okay, so on a less somber note, again, my condolences to Takeoff's friends and family. We're moving on to what Malik has been wanting to talk about. Because I said it last episode, I'm a Drake. He is a Drake. Everybody should be a Drake.
Hey, sir.
Now I have
Drake's
to-
album.
Drake's album, Drake in 21. Is it the album of the year?
This is album of the year.
All
There's
right.
no misses. There's no misses on that album at all. That album is perfect.
Okay, so before we start fully, Kyle, have you listened to the new album?
I was shown a song by Dimitri. Great song. But no, I have not.
Okay, well, Dimitri, you've listened to the whole album.
I've listened to about like 90% of it, I think.
Okay.
I listened to the whole thing. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I skipped like a couple songs. I would say the 6-minute one, I forgot what it was. I was kind of like, I just felt a little lost. I forgot what it was. Malik, do you know what it was? The 6-minute one?
Middle of the ocean.
Right. It was a little. See, that's another thing. But it's like my attention span. I was just kind of like, I should have waited it out. I should have. I was just kind of impatient. I think I listened to it at night. I was excited. So I think I skipped a few. I should have been more patient though. Because I really did think the album was amazing though. So I don't know.
Okay. Well, Malik, I'll let you go first because you're like about to jump through the camera.
Bro, all right. So
Give your
I'm
thoughts.
gonna go and list. I'm just gonna say my top 5 songs, and this is in order. So I'm gonna go with Major Distribution. That's definitely best song on the album. Pussy in Millions with Travis Scott. I like that one. That's number 2. I'm gonna go with number 3. I'm gonna go with Broke Boys. Then number 4, I'm gonna go with number 4, I'm gonna go with Jumbotron. Something about the vibe of that song is just that song's hit. And then my 5th, I'm gonna go with Middle of the Ocean because that's like Middle of the Ocean is just like that old Drake. Like what Dimitri was saying, like I was saying the same thing at first. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to sit through this whole thing. But I'm like, this is that old Drake where it's like no hooks. It's just like straight like bar after bar after bar after bar. So that's my top 5 from the album.
Okay, yeah. Middle of the Ocean, if I'm not mistaken, that's when he shot a shot with Giselle. So that was like, that was wild. Yeah. So
crazy. I missed out.
All right. Okay. Kyle, what was the one song you heard? I'm curious.
Dimitri, I don't know what it was.
Yeah. It was Circo Loco.
Oh, Circo Loco is good.
I'm curious, Malik. Why is that not in your top 5? Because me and Kyle were at work banging to that song, bro. That song is fire. I think it was a good flow. It had a good beat. I thought it was good. I'm a little confused why it's not top 5 for you, Malik.
I mean, I don't know. Just like, cause I think everybody's like perspective of Drake is different. Like everybody likes different versions of Drake. Like I don't like that. My type of Drake is like the Middle of the Ocean type Drake, that switch the flow type Drake. Like when he's just like rapping. I didn't really feel like vibe with the Circo Loco song, but I did hear the shot he threw at Megan Thee Stallion though. That was a little, that's been circling on the internet lately. And I think that bar is kind of questionable. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kyle liked it, and I think I don't know. I thought it was a good song, but that brings me up another topic about the Drake thing. It was kind of talking about because my brother had told me he was like, I miss old Drake, blah blah blah. Like my brother was just being picky about the whole album. He was saying there was not enough like original Drake, and I remember his last album, people were complaining because they were saying it wasn't even. It was just a different style. I think it was Massive, the song Massive. People were saying that was like completely different. I don't know what type of music it is. I think it's like the stuff you hear at parties and stuff. What's the song called? Or the type of music?
I don't know the name of that genre.
Yeah, it's like a weird genre.
Music you hear in Hallmark, dude. Like,
It wasn't
bro,
that.
outside of Jimmy Cooks, that album was. We talked about this last episode. Outside of Jimmy Cooks, yeah, and like I own that Drake up on that album,
Yeah, he missed on that one.
but this album, to be fair, I'm not gonna hate on Malik for not having Cigarette Logo in his top 5 just because this album, for me, it really didn't have any misses either. I said that I was trying to be picky. I promise you, I was. I was
Yeah.
really trying to hate.
Could you repeat your number one song real quick?
Major distribution.
Major Distribution.
Hands down, number one.
Oh yeah,
That song. Oh my god.
bro, it has a Wiggins bar.
Nah, Wiggins, like I play for Kansas, like that. I was like literally in my room, just bro.
That had me. God, there were a couple for me that were bars that were just nuts. God, I had one. God, looking in the mirror, kiss myself. I'm too conceited. That.
Yeah, it's just I don't. There's no like that whole album is just.
It's so good. I don't know. Oh, what's it called? And it just ends. I guess it's for me is just such a good song, and like it's a end to the album.
That's like the other type of Drake. Like that's like that melodic Drake, that R&B Drake. That's like a different type of Drake. That was different.
It is like, I mean, Drake, and this album has gotten a lot of hate. Obviously it's gotten a lot of praise. I've seen a lot of people call for album of the year, and I'm like, yeah, because I agree. Because again, Drake. But I'm gonna regret saying this. But I think Zeke Mayo put it best. At this point, if you hate on the Drake album, you're just mad he's better than your favorite rapper. Stop the beef and put some respect on the greatest artist alive. Because I mean, dude, who can do? No, hold on. Who can do what Drake does? He can rap, he can sing, he can flow to a melody, R&B. He can do anything you ask him to on a song, and it's a hit.
Yeah, I think people that hate on Drake, like I feel like people that hate on Drake are just people that try to fit in. Like they want to be different. Like people at my school, people are like, they're like, yeah, the album's mid. There's only like 2 good songs. 21 carried. I'm like, bro, you just want to be different so bad.
Different, yeah, for real. I think it's funny because you see a lot of like the memes and like the TikToks about how like Drake's like zesty and stuff, and like the vibe of like the album and stuff. People were just calling him like just zesty, and it's funny. It is funny, but it's like I don't know. He's changed a little bit, and like the type of music, but you like you just said, Malik, like he still has some of those attributes to his original like albums and stuff. And it's like I think people are just a little too like picky, and they're just trying to be a little different. So they try and nitpick about stuff like that, about like the certain vibe of the song or what they're it's funny, but it's like they are just trying to fit in and be different, just for the attention of it. But I mean, there's no way you can say that album is not like a valid album. It's a good album. Like there's no way you can say it's mid or bad. I mean, I don't know if it's like the best of the year, but it's like clearly you guys do. But
it's either this or Ben Reaper 3, Old Testament, Babytron.
Babytron, nah.
You like Babytron?
Oh my god, come on. Come on, man. Babytron is the best rapper. Like he might be up there with Drake. I'm gonna be honest. It's a hot take.
What?
He's the best rapper out right now. He's the best in the game right now.
That's a clip right there.
Ben Reaper 3. Old Testament.
Ben Reaper 3's album of the year behind Drake's album.
Exactly, bro. That's what I'm saying. Bro, no. Okay. Babytron is the best lyricist since like Eminem or Kanye or something. He's like on that level of lyrics.
That's what I'm saying. Like you have to like listen to what he's saying. Like the bars he says and the names that he drops is crazy. Like he says benchwarmers and you have no idea who they are.
Benchwarmers from the 1970s, where if you're not like a nerd about sports like me and Malik are, or Dimitri, you'd love it if you just sat there and listened to the lyrics. Or like
Babytron.
I don't know, bro.
No, bro. You ain't a stacker. You got 0 like Hector Zeroni. Like, bro.
Like that's such a bar.
It's like robbing through your hood, you might get shot with an arrow. Like
nobody.
Are you serious, Walter? Did you just say that was good?
That is a bar.
That is so bad. No, you're telling me that bar. That is just
repeat the bar real quick, Walter.
Huh?
Repeat it.
Robbing through my hood, you might get shot with an arrow. And then
I mean, it's solid. I'm not gonna say it's like a straight heat bar. I mean,
What's special about that?
yeah, it's a good bar. And then also what's on? I mean, like
it's good. It's not great.
no. But and one that resonates with me is look at my eyes and you can see the vision. They don't think how I think, so I've been keeping distance. It's like
That's
Like,
valid.
That's
exactly.
a good bar. That's fine.
That's a good bar, yeah.
Being
if every Tron's not in your top 5, then you don't need to talk about rap.
Exactly, bro. If Babytron's not in your top 3, don't talk
If you're
about
not
it.
in top 3,
Your
not
top 3 rappers right now is Drake,
What about
Tron,
J. Cole, bro?
and Lil Baby. Drake, Tron, and Baby.
facts. Heavy on the Lil Baby because his album also was no
Yeah.
misses.
Valid. That was a valid album. That was a very valid album. But
His
I don't know.
album,
Yeah, I thought it was good. People were saying it put him to sleep, but I thought it was good.
Anyone who says that, again, just trying to be different. I don't
Yeah,
know
I was gonna say.
why people want to be different so bad, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
But okay. But so we all agree, yeah, Drake's album was great. I've got again, it's either that or Ben Reaper 3 for album of the year for me. And if you disagree, I don't care. You're wrong. Also, 21 Savage is the best feature artist. And
Yeah.
I said it too.
Also facts.
Exactly. See, bro, Malik, I need you to transfer and come in my advisory because I was fighting for my life. All right. So I guess our last order of business, Kyrie Irving of the Brooklyn Nets. Yeah, we all know about the Kyrie drama, except for maybe Kyle, because it's Kyle. Well, Kyle, we talked about some last episode. Where
still on that? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the anti-Semitic movie thing where that he promoted, and then the Nets have suspended him until he knocks off a list of chores, basically. To like he has to like issue a public apology, $500,000 fine, or donate to like anti-hate groups and a bunch of other stuff like that.
They rejected it, by the way. The group that was supposed to take the donation, they rejected the donation. So yeah, they said they don't want it because he wasn't sincere. Well, he was forced to donate, so they said they didn't want it because if he was really wanted to, he would do it without being forced to. So yeah. Anyway, Walter, continue to. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. Thank you, because I didn't know that yet
Yes.
either. But just overall, it's like, yeah, Kyrie with that. Dimitri, do you want to start? Because you know a lot about it.
First off, I'm just gonna say, like straight up, I'm not a big Kyrie guy. I think he's a bit of a drama queen. I do like the fact he was strong about his stance on the vaccination and stuff. I think Kyle would agree with that. I think that's in this day and age you have to really be strong with your beliefs. But I think he knew right from wrong, and he decided to do something on social media and post about the movie that was anti-Semitic. And I think it's also wrong for them to force him to apologize. I think he should be given a consequence. I don't think he should be forced to give money. I think he should be possibly. I think it was a good idea, but you have to think about the people that are receiving the money. It's almost like they're just kind of just taking it away from him and just putting it somewhere instead of him actually donating the money, which is what it's for. Because the group did reject it, like I said, and it's they're trying to force it and put it down his throat, and it's just like he knew what he did. He did not apologize immediately. He apologized after when he was practically forced to. And I don't agree with him at all. I think, like I've talked about with Walter at lunch for a bit, I think Jewish people in America specifically are targeted a little bit more just because our population, or not our, I'm not Jewish, I'm sorry. The population of Jewish people is a little bit less than other parts of the world. So I think it's important to spread good, like true information. And I think that you can agree and disagree, and practice your own religions and faiths. But I think Kyrie took it a step too far. But I don't like what the commissioner did about it. And yeah, that's my take on it. So yeah.
That's fair. Okay, Kyle.
Okay. Well, I'll make it quick. As I'm not very knowledgeable. I'll say he's a goofball. I'll give him that much. Do the jokester. I'm not sure what he's doing. That's all I'm gonna say. But I would agree with. I don't think they should make him. I don't think the Nets should fine him or anything or make him do it because it's not meaningful. Like if I was an organization, like you're throwing money at something to try to solve a problem, and that's not how it should work. But I agree. But I think something should happen to him. Keep it short and sweet. Dude's a goofball, doesn't know what he's doing. So Malik, you're next.
Yeah, I don't think I'm very educated on this because I don't want to like speak on it because I haven't like really researched into it, but I've seen it all on Instagram and I watched the little press conference he had about it. And I think one thing I like about Kyrie, because he's like obviously not very likable at the moment, but one thing I do agree with Kyrie, like even he stands strong with his like opinion, like he's not gonna be turned away from it, regardless of what the media is gonna say. So like the thing with COVID about the vaccine, just he wasn't taking the peer pressure about getting vaccinated and all that, and he's still not. Same thing with the anti-Semitic film that he was getting bashed about. He still tried to educate people on what it was all about and about that. He said it was a quote that he said. Now, like he was like, I don't think the history should be like buried. I think that everybody should be informed about it. So I think what he like it was like the right message, but he went the wrong way about it.
Right.
I feel because like I see what he's saying about I see where everybody's talking about with the Jewish anti-Semitic. Like I think he just delivered it wrong. It came off wrong about it. But I like that he was still trying to educate people on it and not turn away from his opinion, even though the whole media wants him to apologize and all that. So just standing strong on his opinion is something I liked about it.
Yeah. So I agree with standing strong in your beliefs and like in your opinion. Like, don't get me wrong, I was someone who was like, yeah, everyone should probably get vaccinated so we can get done with COVID. But Kyrie really stood in what he believed, and at a certain point, it was just like, let him play. Who cares? But with this situation, again, I don't know too much about the movie itself. It seems like Kyrie didn't know that much about the movie. And again, I can respect that he stands strong in his beliefs, but you also do have to be able to admit when you screw up. And like Dimitri said, his apology, again, it seems insincere because he was forced to do it. And just overall, seems like a rough situation. I'm curious to see if Nets will cut ties with him as a whole or not, or just like, but the Brooklyn Nets KD Kyrie experiment has failed. And I'd say that at this point, just because of the off the court drama. And I think that's my full take on it. And I think that's good to call it. Thank you, Malik, for coming on the show today. It was a privilege to have you and had a blast.
Yes, sir.
And then thank you, Kyle and Dimitri, obviously, for co-hosting. Had a great time. And thank you all for watching or listening to the show. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, YouTube, follow on Spotify, and follow our new Instagram, The Wade and the Walter Show. And thank you all, and have a blessed night. Peace.
You guys.
Later, boys.
Nice meeting you, bro.